education diploma he has done and counseling therapy he has done. He is the head coordinator, Olive International School. He is going to talk on the topic importance of emotional intelligence in children. Now let us listen from Brother Asad. Ah, ah, yes, brother.
Good morning to all. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Is my
Uh,
voice audible?
yes, yes, what?
Is that okay?
Clear.
Can I share my slides, sir?
Yes, yes. Your
Oh,
post.
yeah, Jazakallah. First of all, at the very outside, I would thank Allah to giving me this opportunity to talk on this topic. I also thank Omia team for giving this wonderful opportunity to talk on this topic called importance of emotional intelligence. Right. So let's get into the topic first. So first of all, we need to know what is emotional intelligence is. So basically, we all know that we, as a students, we identify skills, uh, math skills, or academic skills based on IQ levels, right? Intelligence quotient. Okay. So based on that, we declare that a particular student is really good. He can really excel in his life. He can perform well. So based on that, we try to train the students. We select certain students for different courses in that way. But what we ignore most of the time is this concept called emotional intelligence. Okay. So the contemporary issue, the present scenario is really different. Okay. The new alpha, the new generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, these are the new generations. Okay. So they are going through this problem. They're having a lot of challenges related to emotional intelligence. Okay. So to make you understand what emotional intelligence, let us uh, discuss few scenarios. So it recently happened that a person, a young man, he went to an interview. Okay, so it is a real story. It happened really. So he went to an office, to a MNC for an interview. So he went there. He usually, whenever there's an interview, there are a lot of people. There will be line. There will be a lengthy line. People will be waiting for their turn. Okay. So he saw there a lot of people were there waiting outside the office. There was a long queue, a lot of people waiting for their turns. So when he was waiting and when he was called inside the office, so when he went inside, he saw things in a shabby way. Okay, so the flower vase was lying on the ground, books were lying on the ground. There was nobody there, but still the fan was on. The monitor was on. Nobody was there. So he went passed by and he took the flowers, kept it on the table. He took the newspaper, kept it on the table. He switched off the fan. That is literally he solved those problems which he saw. Okay, he put everything on its place. So he cleared the mess and then he entered the HR's room, the interviewer's room or the boss room. When he entered the boss room, immediately the boss, the interviewer, he said, "Congratulations, you have been selected." Okay. So that young man, he was very surprised. He asked that HR, the boss, see, I just came in. I did not give my introduction. You didn't ask me any questions whatsoever. then how do you say that I have been selected? On what basis? So then the HR, the human resource person of that company, he said, we selected you on the base of your behavior, your problem solving skills. Okay, we were watching you in CCTV camera. So when you entered the office, you saw things lying on the ground, newspaper lying on the ground, and the flower vase lying on the ground. So you took care, you kept all those things in its proper place. Okay, so from this we came to a conclusion that you're the right person for this job. We were searching for such a person, right? See, what do we understand from this small short story is, see, there are a lot of people who are eligible, they are qualified for the jobs. Okay, so there are jobs, there are qualified people, there are highly, qualified people. They have degrees, they have MA, MSc, MBAs, MEs, Bs, MEs. But what is lacking is this emotional intelligence. See, every now and then we come across the news, or we listen stories. We hear incidences that you know people are not able to cope up with their boss. People are not able to have good team building, habits. Okay, they are having burnouts. They're not able to follow what the boss say. So I mean, after some time, they quit the job because they are not able to cope up with the job environment. Okay, even now and then we also hear incidences that when someone like a manager or boss goes and tells the employee that you have to do this job, or else you did this mistake, you have to change yourself. Okay, they are not able to accept their mistakes. They are not able to cope up with conflicts. So because of that, they might lose their jobs, they might be fired, they might not continue a professional life. You understand what I'm telling? This is the problem nowadays, right? Whether it is a working place, whether it's a school, whether it's a college, we have problem everywhere. Students struggling with emotions, struggling with conflicts, struggling in their career, then working professionals struggling in their office. So the problem is people are not able to realize that emotional intelligence is very important nowadays, right? So especially with the new generation. So what are the problems they have? Yeah, they have a short span attention time. They're not able to focus during the class hours. So teachers might be, facing this problem. They are not able to make the student to concentrate in the class, right? So they have a short attention time. They have difficulty handling failures, disappointments, right? They have a poor face-to-face interaction. Okay, they have very poor connection skills. So earlier, students in school and colleges, they will be behind teachers. They will be always they will have a bond with teachers. So nowadays the bond is gone, right? In our times where social media, AI is emerging, okay, there is a poor bond between the students and the teachers, right? They have a low tolerance. They are not able to tolerate, no, minute small things, right? When somebody gives them an advice, they are not able to accept, right? They avoid challenges. Okay, they don't realize when to say sorry. Okay, so at school, at college, when students do a mistake, they don't even realize that they have done a mistake and they have to say sorry. Okay, so the teacher or the parent has to teach them, you have done a mistake, you have to ask sorry from the teacher. Even this is also a problem. Okay, so they are sometimes they are feeling struck emotionally. They are not able to come out from their emotions, right? they react based on their emotions, right? They take decisions immediately, right? And they have communication issues. Okay. And the thing is, the funny thing is, the new generation, they always like texting over face to face communication, right? So they are very poor in face to face communication. When you talk to them, you are not able to understand what they are talking, or they are not able to interact in the right way, in the perfect way. But when it comes to texting, when it comes to you know social media, yeah, they're typing well, they're chatting well, they spend their time on phone, interacting with people via social media, right? And even they don't know how to ask help from people. Okay, so this is the problem which we are facing nowadays, right? So emotional quotient or emotional intelligence is nothing but understanding, realizing, perceiving their own emotions, and also understanding, realizing others' emotions. Okay, so why it is so important? In the beginning, I gave you an example with the help of a small story. Yeah, it is useful in workplace, it is useful in education and career, it is useful in family relationship, it is useful almost everywhere. It's very, very important, right? So emotional intelligence, what are the steps we need to understand? The steps, okay. First thing is, a person has to have a self awareness, right? They have to understand their triggers, right? For example, when do I get stressed out? When do I get anxiety? Okay, so what is the red line? If I cross this red line, how will I react? Right? So how do I feel in that particular situation? Right? Physically, mentally. So all these things we need to get an idea on all these things, right? First of all, we should know, right, what are the triggers, right? Every person, they have their own personal triggers. They have their own body type, their own emotional type, right? So they have to know and understand their triggers. When does it trigger? Okay, how do we react? First thing is what? Self awareness. Then second thing is self regulation, right? So how do I manage my emotion, right? How do I control my emotion, right? How do I calm down myself? This is known as self regulation, number two. Number three is, yeah, how to stay motivated, right? Even this is very, very important. Okay. Most of the time, we are not able to reach success is because we are not self motivated. Okay. Most of the time, we demotivate ourselves. So, getting to know how to self motivate is also very important. It is a part of, yeah, emotional intelligence. Okay. Number three is showing empathy, right? Now, this is a problem when it comes to what? Family life, okay, social interaction and all those things, right? So we see most of the time we get to know, we come across news, many incidences in our family, outside our family, in our communities, outside the communities, that people who are very educated, okay, they have their MBAs, they have their PhDs, they are not able to cope up with certain family members. A couple got married, both are the husband and wife, the boy and the girl are highly educated, right? Both have PhDs, but they don't stay longer. Okay, they got married and they had a breakup. After 4 months, they had a divorce. Okay, because they are not able to cope up with each other. Okay, they are emotionally not strong. They are not emotionally. They don't have that level of emotional intelligence. Right. So I'm talking about the new generation. Right. So why is this happening? Because, yeah, people are not what they are not controlling. They are not controlling their emotions. They are not able to handle their emotions. They are not able to show empathy to themselves, to others. right? They are not able to understand other people's emotions, right? Next is what? Social skills, right? Social skills are very important when it comes to your job environment, when it comes to your family, when it comes to other relationship, right? So emotional intelligence, okay, again, in this concept, social skill is also very important. Okay, how to communicate with people, how to interact with people, how to have how to be a good team member, how to have good teamwork, how to solve conflicts, how to be a good leader. All these things come under what? Emotion intelligence, right? Right. See, like I told you, emotional intelligence is very important in what? Yeah, in quality relationship, in workplace, in education, and moreover, it is also important during parenting career, parenting, right? So when it comes to the parent, when it comes to whether it is mother, it is father, right? It is very important they stay what? Emotionally intelligent, how to manage the family, how to take care of the children, right? How to manage the conflict inside the home, right? So if they don't know about their triggers, they don't know about when they become angry or when they become anxious, okay, and what are the things which will happen when they are stressed out. If they don't know all these things, they will not be able to manage their home. They won't be able to manage their children. Okay, they won't be able to really nurture them. Right? So every now and then we hear that mothers, they become very irritated. They're not able to understand the psychology of a child, whether it's a girl or a boy. Right? For example, a boys are really right. They are physical beings. Like they like to play. They like to go outside, play with the some ball game. They're very physically active. They're hyper. Right? So mothers, they don't understand, right? They think that uh, the child should be always with the books, okay, reading, studying. No, boys are not like that, right? So uh, learning the psychology of every kind of a child, whether it's a boy, it's girl, for the parent is very important. So the parents should know about the psychology of a boy, of a girl. Okay, according to the age, how will they react? How will they react? How will they perform? So the parent has to know. Even this is also a part of emotional intelligence, and accordingly, they have to manage their family, their children, right? So this is about parenting, and top of that, the most important thing is emotional intelligence is very very important to manage it, to keep one person what healthy, right? So every now and then we hear that people they become suddenly they become irritated, then they develop hormonal issues, let's say thyroid problem, or some other problem related to the heart, okay, related to what mental disabilities, okay, that happens because of these triggers only, right? When emotions are not controlled in in a good way, they are not able they are not able to regulate it, right? They are not emotionally intelligent. So what happens? It affects the health as well, right? We see people suddenly they develop blood pressure, thyroidism, hyperthyroid, all these things because of not regulating the emotions, not knowing that emotions are eating them from inside, right? So uh, to have a healthy life, to maintain health, one has to learn how to control their emotions. So again, emotional intelligence helps a person to maintain their health, whether it's physical or mental health. Okay, even this is also a very important uh, aspect, a very important feature of emotional intelligence, right? whether it is mental health or physical health, right? And like I told you, relationship, to maintain relationship, we have to strengthen our emotional intelligence quotient, right? Because it helps us to reduce what conflicts. It improves our communication among families, among our relationship, I mean relatives, right? Among our spouses, among our children, right? So this is also very important. So we have to watch out. See, we have to inculcate all these things in our children, in our students, right? So first we have to teach them, yeah, that emotional intelligence is very important. How to build a strong emotional intelligence question. See, first thing we have to keep our students away from gadgets, because gadgets are the things which are really uh, spoiling their emotional intelligence. Okay, so there is a research that all these gadgets, all these screens are really taking a toll on children's brains, right? So when they are with the gadgets for most of the time, like when they spend hours and hours on gadgets, yeah, their emotional intelligence, the quotient, uh, the number goes down, right? So you will see, you will notice that they are less interactive, that they have short attention span, right? They have a very less face to face interaction. Okay. So you might have noticed, why is my child not talking to me? Why he's not having face to face interaction with me? Okay. Why is that happening? Because they're overusing or abusing these gadgets, right? And you see nowadays, students or children, uh, when they see that the parents are going out, they say, "Nee enge vena po, just give me the cell phone. I'll take care of myself. I don't want to come along with you. Give me your cell phone. I'll stay home. I'll stay happy." Okay. Earlier, it was not this situation. Okay. Children will never stay home alone. They will always go along with the parents when they go out, right? But now the situation is changed. Okay. So students or children, they only need what? Yeah. They just need the gadgets. They are well with the gadgets. Even, they don't interact much with the teachers. They interact more with AI. Whatever questions they get in the mind, okay, whether it's about subject, whether it's about life, okay, directly they go and they ask AI, they chat with the AI bot, and they get the solutions from there. Okay, and that is one reason that why they are keeping away from, uh, they're having a very huge gap between parents, between the teachers. That is why they are not having the right bond between uh, them and the teachers, between them and parents, right? So overusing of technology, overusing of gadgets is also reducing their emotional intelligence as well, right? So also we have to train them in a very different ways. Okay, we have to make them interact with the nature, right? We have to teach them deep breathing exercises, right? We have to teach them how to come out of this overwhelming situations when they have these emotions. Yes, they might feel in a different way. Okay, they will have chest tightness, or heavy breathing, or headaches. So we have to teach them all these triggers. Okay, when do these things happen, how to come out of them, right? Certain, we have to teach them certain breathing techniques, certain grounding techniques, mindfulness. So there are a number of ways how we can train them to come out of all these things. There are a number of ways how we can make them emotionally strong, inshallah, right? So inshallah, in the coming sessions, I'll try to give you more techniques. I'll try to make you understand how we can do it with our children, with the students, right? Inshallah, how we can secure them with regards to their emotional intelligence. So I hope this session was easy to understand. It was very beneficial. So in this session, we learned about the importance of emotional intelligence, the present scenario, what setbacks, what challenges we as teachers, we as parents are facing, especially with children, with students, right? So inshallah, hope we'll when we meet in the next session, I will try to give you some more tips for some more information on how to overcome these challenges. Jazakallah, Salim sir, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Brother Ahad has given a very nice presentation. He has covered all the important aspects of our life. Emotional intelligence, we have to check for mental health protection. For our own mental health protection, we must know what is emotional quotient and improving relationship quality, husband and wife, father and son. So all relatives relationships as an employer and employee. So all these things for this also, brother Ahad is telling that we have to know about intelligent quotient more. And at workplace success, we are working somewhere, and there if we want to be a successful person, there also emotional quotient and its factors, all we have to know. Then only we can take care of all these things. And physical health link also. So in further talks, he may explain all these things in details. We hope we are much benefited, and we have to take on this message to our students and to our class. With this, the program comes to an end. Again, we will meet next week, inshallah.